Hey everyone, thought we'd do a little unboxing here to begin this video tutorial on installing the sway bar on your bolt. Hey, who doesn't like an unboxing? So what we have here is the white line sway bar. You're seeing what I've seen so far. Pardon the movement here, but that is the part number. It'll focus. There we go. BHR93 from Whiteline. And I purchased this from a performance parts vendor that I'm used to dealing with. And yeah, got it for about $187 shipped, which, you know, unfortunately the price kind of keeps going up on these. So anyway, let's open it up. The box is a bar and everything appears to be in a bag. Get the box out of the way. In a little bit. Alright, let's open this up. It's actually pretty well packed. I was a little worried. The box had torn through on the bottom. Looks like a sway bar. So really the only thing, well, got out the stickers. But actually, this is the first Whiteline product I've used other than bushing. So I used to have a 28 GTO and had a bunch of Whiteline bushings on it. Sticker. Has the build date on there. Looks like it was April 16th of this year. I'm filming this on 12/29/2021. The piece looks well powder coated. It's a silver metallic. Not sure if it shows up at all in the video, but it's a silver metallic. And then of course it comes with the hardware, none of which we're using, none of it. These are of course cruise specific for that application, and we will not be using any of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the unboxing. Whatever, I'll just put these in the bolt bin. A piece of Alright, well, there you have it. It's really the next pieces. You know, now we've done the unboxing. You know, as I said, really the only thing we care about from the Whiteline box is the bar itself. You're not using any of the hardware for the cruise. So these are the machined adapters I purchased. I will put the link to the thread on the forum and also a link to the profile of the person that can get you in contact with the machinist who makes them. don't ask, I will not give you the machinist's name. And it's not because I'm trying to hoard keeping these parts or whatever. It's just that, you know, the original poster, you know, that's just how he wants it. You know, the price could vary depending on, you know, when you get this. So I really don't want to quote a price. Suffice it to say, they were about as much as a bar at this time. So, hey, you know, sometimes you got to pay to play. I do have some ideas for some sleeve 3D printed, and some other people have done the same without a crush sleeve. I don't know if I'll pursue that or not now that I have these, frankly. But let's take a look at them a little closer. So this is the unit assembled, and when we do the install, it all makes sense. But essentially, this thing will sandwich in the D-shaped hole that is underneath the lower spring perch. Grab these a little closer. He really did a good job machining these. I'm pretty impressed. So there you have it. You can see what I mean by that D-shaped hole, and it'll make more sense if we go in a car. And the hole is also offset to meet the bar. Very nice. And he also includes, you know, and for the money, this isn't nothing, but he includes some zinc coated metric grade 10.9 bolts to fasten the sway bar to these mounting points. So we'll get more into that later. But there you have it. There are all the hard parts that'll be going in the car to get the sway bar on. All right, so these are the tools and supplies that, in my opinion, you'll need to complete this task. We're of course using the fasteners that came with the adapters. So if you are making your own adapters or choose your own adventure on fasteners, or however, you know, whatever you come up with, your fastener size will change. So starting from the bottom left and working our way around, I'm using blue Loctite 243 on the nut and the bolt, just as a little added preventive measure to try to stop that thing from backing out. On the right is just some generic whiteout that I like to use for witness marks. I've just used that bottle for years. It never stops producing. Going up, 22 millimeter open end and close end wrench, very helpful, you'll see. A 1/2 inch socket wrench above that, and then above that a torque wrench that has the ability to go, in this case beyond, but at least up to 100 foot-pounds for the fastener tightness that I want. And then on the end of that, for use on both the socket wrench and the torque wrench, a 22 millimeter socket. All right, at last we're ready to install the pieces on the car. So the bar is laid out as it will be installed in the car, including the adapters. We'll get into that here in a second. But I think now would be a good time to mention weight. I measured the bar, the adapters, and all their associated hardware, and I came up to 14.7 pounds. So hey, we're definitely adding unsprung weight to the car, but you know, hopefully the pros will outweigh the cons of that. So the bar installs, as you see, notch, for lack of a better term, facing to the front of the car. Once the bar is on the car, I will explain this a little better, but the bar has a bend to it by the way it's made. We want it to bend up towards the rear torsion beam. Again, that'll become more clear as we install it. Also, the adapters, the lower spring perch, the flat spot that they fit into faces the forward of the car, and you want the offset holes facing closest to the wheels. So hopefully that'll make sense here when I bring you over and show you. So there we go. You want that offset facing the wheels. Okay, we'll go ahead and install the adapter into the lower spring perch, the upper one. Again, the flat face of it goes towards the car, and the offset goes towards the wheel. We will go right between this coil spring and ease it down, just like that. And now we'll do the other side. All right, same procedure. We will go between coil spring, drop it on down into the hole. Of course, this was the one that's fighting me a little bit. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, well, lucky all of you, you get to watch me struggle a little bit. I do not have an assistant available to help me install this, so what I did was I used the box that the bar came in, and I have it positioned more or less right under the perches that we'll be going up into. So what I'm gonna do is get them up there, start the washers and the nut on top, and then hit it with a couple of drops of blue Loctite that we talked about earlier. So here we go, the struggle will be real. All right, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and install this piece up into the driver's side here. We're just gonna guide, hopefully I don't block too much. I'll move you guys over just a little bit, hopefully you can see that. There we go. I'm gonna guide out there, and then we're gonna put a flat washer on top of that, a lock washer, a couple drops of blue Loctite, as we've discussed already, and then put it up. I'm not gonna show both sides, just for the sake of time of everybody. It'll be the same. My recommendation though would be to not completely tighten the nut, because you will want some give to the bar to move it around as you shimmy the other bolt in. So here we go. Rotate that flat spot in the front. There we go. So now we'll want a flat washer, a lock washer, a couple drops of blue Loctite. Now we'll thread that nut on there so we're not holding this with our hands anymore. Maybe. There we go. All right. All right, so now we're going to go and snug these down for the final torque is applied. As we've already talked about, let's see here. Yeah, as we already talked about, it's 22 millimeters on both sides. I'm using this box as my prop for the camera. Call that snug, and now we'll do the other side. All right, as promised, we're going to go ahead and apply the final torque to these things. I'm personally going to go with 100 foot-pounds. Given the size of the fastener, I feel like that's appropriate and safe. When I torque down, I don't have a fancy torque wrench or anything like that, just a regular old clicker like a lot of you have. I like to wait for the click and then do a 3 to 5 count, just in case the bolt decides to yield any. What else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, we talked about earlier in what you'll need. As an option for what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a white paint, basically some white out is what I use as my witness marks. But we're gonna use some white paint and put some witness marks on the threaded portion of the bolt sticking up out of the adapter and the nut. And basically I can at a glance see if these things are backing off. So yeah, let's go ahead and torque this thing down. It's probably pretty close given how tight I was weighing on it earlier. switch arms. Yep, that's pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I only had to put about 1/8 of a turn on it. So we'll go ahead and check it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's finish up and do the other side. All right, so as promised, the final bar alignment, again, the notch goes towards the front, and then you can see how the bend, so I'm gonna hold this flat with the perch. See how the bend is higher than the perch? That's what you want. You want it closest to the torsion bar. If you flip this upside down and have it laying down, you would probably be right about level with the battery pack there. And I don't think you're gonna want that. So this is the proper alignment of the bar. At this point, we'll just put our witness marks on here and then we will be done. I'll do my best to take this video, but frankly, it's gonna be hard to get up in here and have a clean shot. I'll take a still after we're done, but as I said earlier, I'm gonna use my whiteout. It's what I've used for years as witness marks on cars. And by witness marks, I mean like right here, you can see where the factory did a quality assurance mark, witness mark, whatever you want to call it, saying, hey, somebody torqued that bolt. So we're gonna basically do the same. Big purpose of ours is trying to see if it moved. So what I'm gonna do is pick one of the edges of that nut and then just touch the third portion of the bolt. All right, looks good. Now we'll do the other side. Not my best work, but hey, even Picasso had a bad day. But you can see where I was going for. I'm just trying to make a mark where I can roughly see that there were 2 spots aligned at some point. So anyway, yeah, again, leave that up to you. Very optional, but not a bad idea to maybe stick your head up here before an autocross or something, or during, and see what's going on. Yeah, well, that pretty much concludes the video, and happy motoring. And I will probably do, I will do driving impressions in a different video from this. It's really has nothing to do with how to install this at that point. At that point, it's just how do you enjoy the modification to the car. So anyway, good luck, and until next time.